chicken in Dijon sauce. That's just one of the delicious new fall recipes I discovered thanks to HelloFresh. Find out why HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit. Get up to 14 free meals, including free shipping, when you use code FACE14 at HelloFresh.com/FACE14. Hello and welcome to another episode of the KFace podcast, starring Jeff Ramsey, Gavin Free, and Andrew Panton in no particular order in the comedy triangle. I was going to say, start us off, if there's two things that I've noticed that the audience is polarized about, and by polarized, I mean that a percentage of them fucking hate when we do it. It's a lot of people don't like when we talk about sports too much, and a lot of people don't like when we talk about Survivor too much. So before we go into Survivor talk, maybe we should keep it brief.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Did you see, there was a...
I thought you were going to say, before we go into Survivor talk, let's get into some sports.
I have both things on my notes. Talk about both things. It's been a substantial update. Also can be brief. I enjoyed that there was a subreddit thread about... it was the most conflicted. It was like, I really like when they talk about sports. They should talk about sports more. And then all the comments were as people debating whether they like the sports talk or not. So as somebody who really liked it, people upvoting it for either visibility or they agreed with it. And then all the comments of people being either not enjoying it or debating the value of it.
I will say, when it comes to sports stuff, I find that we are mostly only drawn to silly fun.
Oh,
shit.
Absolutely. I'm never just going to talk about the box score of a game and how somebody's season is going. It's the weird angles of it. Like you said, the things that make me laugh are the things I enjoy talking about.
Speaking of the silly angles of it, if we're going to talk about Survivor, Gavin, maybe we should talk about the events leading up to Survivor and then... the hiccup in Survivor.
Well, that's more interesting than Survivor, because talking about actual Survivor is boring for
as dicks,
anyone who's not seen it.
Yeah.
But you offered to have a little Survivor watch party at your house.
Yeah, and so you and Meg were like, dude, absolutely, we'll come over. And I was excited, very, very excited. I don't think we've had anybody over to the house in months. And so we set to Survivor's at 7. You guys were going to pick up some pizza on the way over. And I, at 4 o'clock, I left my house to go run some errands, and I walked back in my house at 5 o'clock, and something felt different. You know, like when you walk into a room and something's changed, but you don't know what it is immediately? It took me from the front of my house until my bedroom,
like in the Matrix,
till I realized, oh, the power's out. The thing that's different is it's a little dark, and I can't hear the air conditioning humming. And I go, what the fuck? And then Emily walks in the room. She goes, power's out. And I go, oh, what? And so I go to my phone to look up like the City of Austin outage map. And I have a text from the City of Austin that says, hey, your power's out. Just FYI, don't worry. We have a crew dispatched to fix it. The estimated repair time is 7:03 p.m. Survivor comes on at 7 p.m. So I text Gavin and Meg, and I'm like, I can't believe that this is a thing, but I know we just made plans 2 hours ago to hang out, but somehow in the last 2 hours my power went out. And by the way, the only place in Austin that the power's out. I made a video of it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Usually when you look at the outage map, it's like number of customers affected, 7,000, because usually like a big chunk of the grid has got out. It was like number of customers affected, 16.
I took the video. I mean, obviously, I can't show the video because it shows some identifying information. But I made a little video of them where it zooms out and you can see all of Austin has power. And then you continue to zoom in until you get to my little neighborhood. So then Gav was like, well, I guess we'll fucking come over to our house. And Meg is like, yeah, you guys pick up the pizza now. And so I'm like, fuck, that's okay. Yeah, I feel bad, but yeah, okay. So as and she was like, I tell you what, we'll check in like 30 minutes and we'll see if your power is still out. And she texts me at like 6 and is like, hey, we're supposed to pick up the pizza in like 15 minutes or something. should we switch it over to your name? And I'm typing, yeah, I looked outside. There's no repair crew in sight. There's no way in hell the power's coming back on. And as I was typing that, the power kicked on. All the lights turned on, and I just deleted that and said, we're good. Come on over. And then we make it all the way through Survivor, and we get to the fucking tribal council.
Oh, no.
And we're watching live on Hulu Live, right? That's what I have. And it just turns off. It just goes, yeah, we can't play this right now.
Yeah, power was still on, but Hulu was just like, we're having problems.
Yeah, Hulu was like, nah, we're good.
Oh, weird.
And I was like, what? And I go to grab the controller, and it clicks back on. And we're fine.
Oh.
And then it does it again. And then we're fine. And then it does it again. And then we're fine. And then it does it for a while. And Gavin and Meg are looking at me like, I fucking hate you. We could have been watching this at home in our jammies, comfy in our house with our 200 cats. Instead, we drive all the way across town to your fucking ghetto. And now we're infected with all of your house problems. Worse, your power doesn't work. Now your goddamn TV won't play your goddamn show. And then I'm like, so I switch over to the Hulu on the Xbox. And then and that didn't work either. So then I'm like, and as I'm like about to throw in the towel and fucking just like crawl into a hole, it kicked back on. It had recorded it, and we were able to finish watching it.
We missed like 90% of that tribal, but
yeah, well, we missed a lot of the tribal council. Luckily, there were 2 in the episode.
Yeah, we missed the second one, most of it. I also like that I watch, 99% of stuff I watch is on demand, VOD, never live. The last thing I watched live using live television was the Euro finals. And the time before that, I think... Yeah, I remember it too. Weird. The time before that, I think I was watching the 2018 World Cup final or something on live TV. So I watch live TV maybe once or twice a year, and this time it was just failing miserably. What a turd! But we got through it. Like, well, how hard is it to have a? Are you not blown away that it can't? It's Survivor. Like everyone's watching it. Is that why it goes down?
I don't know, man.
Have you ever had issues with Hulu Live? Going into this?
No, not like that. No.
Great.
Very, very, very rarely. Yeah, I don't think so.
Have you ever had a watch party with Hulu Live?
No.
There we go.
No, I don't think yeah.
This is the weather thing. It's the weather equivalent of your experience. As soon as you and Gavin organize a thing.
Oh, my God.
It can't rain in the house, but it can just disconnect constantly.
What happens. Yeah, when we make an indoor plan, the power and the internet goes
up. The
up.
plans were, it was, I just realized we could go back a couple steps. The whole story is even a little bit funnier because like a month ago, Emily made a reservation for dinner for 4, and then she was like, we'll just invite Gavin and Meg or if they're not available, somebody else closer to the event and see if anybody wants to go to dinner with us. And I was like, that's a great idea. And so about a week ago, I texted Gav and I was like, hey, do y'all want to go get dinner Wednesday night? And Gavin's like, absolutely. So we all get ready to do it. And then 2 days ago, Gavin texted me and goes, you realize we're going to dinner during the Survivor airing. And I was like, Christ, really? And then but it was like late at night and Emily wasn't home from work yet. And I was like, well, I don't know, dude. I don't know what we're doing. So I had to wait for Emily to get home and then we talk it out. And then then we canceled the dinner plans yesterday morning and then pivoted to Survivor plans all so that the power could go out.
Perfect. Was it a place that you had to wait on a reservation for? Could you just rebook? How big of a loss
we could rebook.
Okay.
It wasn't a big loss.
It wasn't a huge deal. Okay.
No, it wasn't a huge deal at all.
So, same time next week?
Yeah, your house this time.
All right. We'll see how it goes at mine.
We're going to go tradesies. Yeah.
This is great. It's like a second layer to the game for me, just hearing how it failed for the two of you. So you had an internet, it wasn't even an internet outage, it was an app outage. And the power went out.
I think we should be very afraid of what will happen when we all have
I will just have both my ankles roll, but that's every day. I'll show up in a full body cast.
Have you ever had a double ankle roll?
I've never had a double ankle roll. No.
It doesn't need to happen at the same time, but have you ever staggered it so that the other one's still sore and then you rolled the next one?
Yeah, I have.
Like James Caan in Misery.
I absolutely have. I've had things where I've hurt one ankle and then had the hobble on the other ankle and then hurt the other one. So by the time the first one healed, the second one was still in pain. Yeah, I've done the flip. I've ankle flipped.
I dated a girl briefly in the army who, like 3 days after we started dating, she slipped and broke her leg and had to be in a full leg cast and wear crutches. And then she was in her room getting ready and fucking fell off the crutches and broke her arm and had to have a full arm cast.
Oh my
so
God.
she had a full arm cast on one side of her body and a full leg cast on the other. And then she dumped me. So
were you unsupportive of her?
As far as I know, she's still in those casts. No, I was think it was really nice, but I think she I guess she had other stuff on her mind.
I'd also like to point out your phrasing. You said she was weering crutches, like they're a clothing
I
accessory.
don't know, like using them, whatever. Did I say wearing?
Like you pop on a pair of gloves.
I've been losing it with that stuff lately. The other day, somebody honked, and we were in the car, and I yelled, "Don't bark at me!" And Emily was like, "What the fuck did you just say?" And I said, "Don't honk at me." And she was like, "No, you did not." And I was like, "Oh man." And yeah, I don't know why I did that, but I'm maybe early dementia, maybe.
You did it in a face recently. You said you were like halfway through saying something, and then Andrew said a word, and then you ended your sentence with that word, and no one noticed. I wish I had. I'll pull up the clip for next time because it made me laugh. I was like, "Did you mean to say that?"
Okay,
it's from like 2 episodes ago.
I didn't notice that either. I'd love to hear it.
Hey, so what is new with you guys, by the way?
Can we talk, speaking of things that nobody wants to hear, quickly cover the fact that there is magic in the air? We got some magic going. I'm feeling good about it. I don't think Gavin necessarily even knows about this.
Oh, it started?
The magic has begun. Wow, I almost called you a different fucking name. I'm sorry.
I thought you were going to call me Brick.
I was going to call you Brick. Well, you had a million fucking nicknames, so it's not out of the question that I could just throw a wrong name out there, and you were once called that as a child. Brick. Gavin, have a Brick. It's a great duo.
Do you know somebody named Brick?
I don't know anyone named Brick. That's the Borderlands guy is Brick, right? The big guy, the soldier class.
Sure.
Yeah, he's Brick.
Steve Carell
Who is he?
in Anchorman.
Yeah, he's Brick Tannen.
In the same way the Chevy Chase thing, I fucked up Steve Carell's name for years. 4 years.
What are you calling him? Steve Carroll?
Yeah, sure was. Years. Steve Carroll. Every time I'd say it. Steve, nobody corrected me.
But you got the Steve part right.
I got the Steve right. Yeah, I've never called him Brick Carroll, which would be a fantastic combination.
Steve Carell.
Yes. But the magic, Andy Dalton, ankle injury, knee bruise, something happened. He hurt his leg. He's out. Justin Fields is in. Justin Fields is starting. It's a big news. I needed that.
I would say that in the three-way race for Rookie of the Year, I am in last place right now. Najee Harris is doing okay, but Gavin, your quarterback, Mac Jones, is doing very well, and Andrew, it looks like Justin Fields it has green pastures ahead of him, so I'm a little nervous.
Magic is on the field now. He wasn't there.
Yes.
He was coming in, weird plays every now and then, but now he is starting. He has an opportunity to win the job. This is either like the Magic will carry forward, this is a lock to win, or he will lose the job and the bet will be over by the midseason. I'll come dead last. But I believe in Magic.
Well, so I've been taking the idea that I'm going to let Najee do the first couple weeks on his own, see what he's capable of before I intervene. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of playing it fast and loose right now. But I don't want you to think it's because I'm not paying attention. I am. I'm just waiting for the right moment to strike.
No, fair enough. I just recommend to anybody to get some magic in your life, generally speaking.
We can't have too much magic, though, on the same subject, surely.
Well, no, what do you mean?
Well, because then it will be like that Quidditch match. Everyone's fighting over the same broom.
No, you load up on... Are you saying like from the same source? I don't really understand your point. There's no such thing as a cap of too much magic. Or is it like too powerful?
Well, if it's... No, like too much magic on the same subject.
Why would that be an issue?
Did we lose Gavin?
Did we lose Gavin, or did he just not reply?
Did you not hear me say?
No.
I heard you say too much magic on the same
Yeah, it went quiet for a moment.
Subject.
Yeah, but I don't...
Well, we interpolated that, yeah.
Yeah, well, regardless of that, I would just recommend people... I don't know what you're trying to say, and it's cutting in and out. We're going to move past it. You're wrong. Whatever you're saying is wrong. It's just incorrect. But I would recommend having magic in your life, having some protection potions on you, whatever you need. Because I had a really shitty week, and I was like, oh man, I guess this whole magic thing isn't working out. This is the previous week. And then I realized it was probably heightened by the fact I had the magic. I wouldn't have wanted to go through that week without the magic. I probably would have been gorged by a bull or something as soon as I left the house. If it wasn't for the magic. As long as you have magic, no matter how bad things are, you can say, oh, I'm glad about that magic. I'm thankful for that.
Gorged.
Isn't gorged? Isn't that what you...
Yeah, no, that's work.
Yeah, that's you get gorged by a bull.
You can get gored, I think is what you were trying to say.
Gored?
But, you know, you can say
not
gorged too.
Gorging isn't gorging like stuffing your face.
That's
with
if
a
you're.
It is.
That's if you're.
It is. You're right.
Isn't
I said
that
the wrong thing.
engorging?
It is. Not stuffing your face with a bull. That would also be unpleasant. Not what I intended. I meant the stab part, not the eat thing. Gored.
If you just get swallowed whole by a bull.
That would be terrible.
God damn.
If I was going to get killed by a bull, I'd want it to hit me with the horn and not be swallowed. I'd feel disrespected if I got eaten by a bull. Nobody gets eaten by a bull.
I appreciate, Andrew, that you put it into perspective. And that you, at first you thought, I had a shitty week and magic didn't help. And then you took another look at it and you said, no, wait a minute. Maybe the magic did help. It would have been that much worse. I had a similar event happen to me yesterday. I clued you guys into it a little bit.
No.
Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday?
It was.
And at first, I looked at it as a terrible, terrible event. But then I was able to reframe it and see that there was a way to make lemonade out of that anal lemon, and I'm really excited to share that with you guys right now, if you would so indulge me.
I just want to say there's no magic in what you're about to do.
Oh, I think that there is. First off, the world has been asking, Geoff, we loved beef bracelet. We loved it. It was the best. What are you going to follow up beef bracelet with? We want to know. We can't wait. And I'm like, it doesn't work that way. Inspiration has to strike, right? Sometimes it has to strike at your lowest, most painful, embarrassing moments. Like, let me just say inspiration struck. And here's how. The other day, I was riding my bike. I got up. I've been riding my bike on a tear. Gavin, I went with you and Trevor the other day. We had a lot of fun riding bikes. Since then, I've averaged more than one bike ride a day. The other day, I got up. I went for a 27-mile bike ride. First thing in the morning, then I had a full day, had a great productive day at work, and then Millie's with her mom this week, and Emily was working late, and I was kind of home alone and bored, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna go for another bike ride because I feel pretty good, and I currently have like a gallons of Tiger Balm Ultra because my lower back has been hurting a bit. And so I've been slathering it on lately. Something that also happens is that I'm aware of, and if you ride a lot of bikes, you'll understand this. If you ride your bike, 50 miles in a day, it makes your butthole hurt. Like the seat of your butt, it makes your where your butt flap hurt. Right?
Yeah.
And it makes it really sore. And so I thought, you know what? Before I get on this fucking bike, I'm going to big brain this. I have all this Tiger Balm Ultra. I put it on my spine all night long to help me out there.
Wait.
I'm going to rub it on my butt cheeks so that they don't ever get sore.
I've lost so much sympathy for your situation. This is not...
Okay.
So wait, it's the cheeks that hurt.
So my butt cheeks, I'm getting there. So when you ride the bike too much, I was anticipating a butt cheek hurt. So I put the Tiger Balm on my butt cheeks. Then I hopped on my bike. My butt was humming. It was on fire in a good way. You know what it's like. I was loving it. And so I start to pedaling, and I'm having a great time. And it's it's Austin, and it's 5 p.m, which is like the hottest part of the day in Austin. So it's like 118 or whatever. And after about, 6 or 7 minutes, I start to sweat. And that's when all of the sweat on my body poured across my butt cheeks and then into my butthole. And with it, it brought the furious pain of 1,000 cuts into my anus.
Wait.
It must have been a half a gallon of Tiger Balm in liquid form went right into my butthole.
This happened while you were riding?
It was while I was 3 miles. I rode. It was, I'll tell you, I did 22 miles that ride. So 22 and a half miles. So because I did an even 50. Yeah. So
why is your anus not facing down though? It sounds like it's defying gravity.
I was like 3 minutes in, or like 3 miles in when it started to hurt, and then and as you know with me. I'm not going to stop the bike ride. When I wrecked that day in the ice, I didn't stop the bike ride. I plugged the holes with mud and ice, and I kept riding, right? So I was like, I can't turn around now. That would be admitting defeat. I'm just gonna grin and fucking get through it. And I'm texting you guys while I'm riding, and sharing my pain with you. And it just gets worse and worse. And then I didn't even tell you guys this part. Then a realization hit me. After everything kind of like, it gets hot, and like tingly, and then it kind of goes numb, then I realized, what does Icy Hot do? What does Tiger Balm do when it soothes your muscles, your sore, tense muscles? It releases them. It makes them numb, and then it makes them not tense. And then I thought, I have numbed and unleashed, I've numbed and untensed my asshole.
You gotta plug that hole with mud,
Right
Geoff.
after the shower incident.
Right after the shower incident, where I shit. Which, by the way, Emily had so much fun telling you guys all the gross details last night. And then I'm sweating, so I'm just wet. I'm just hot and wet everywhere. And I'm thinking, is my butthole leaking? Am I just leaking ass juice? Am I pooping as I ride? And I thought, I'm just not gonna look down. I'm just not going to look down, and I'm just going to finish my ride, and I'll just figure it out when I get home.
It's like the end of Die Hard 2, where he like knocks the gas cap off the plane and then lights on fire. Jeff's just leaving a shit trail on his bike.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I was, maybe I wasn't. I don't know. And I rode all around Town Lake, and I thought, like, well, as long as nobody, like, at least I'm looking at people eye to eye. I don't have to see their reaction when they see behind me, right? And I'm riding fast, so it's like I just got to get through this. And so
Were you trying to clench, or is it the clench that you couldn't feel, or you don't? Know
I couldn't
if you
feel.
Were
I
allowed to clench?
couldn't feel. I didn't know if I was clenching or not.
So you could have been clenching, but you just didn't.
Yeah,
know.
it's like when you sleep on your arm wrong and you wake up and you have no control over your arm for 45 seconds. That's what Icy Hot does to your butthole, or in this case, Tiger Balm. And so yeah, I just didn't. My butthole was asleep. Like my ring was asleep for 2 hours or however long I was on the bike ride.
Wait,
it was about an hour. The whole ride was about an hour and a half, so I'm probably about an hour and 15 minutes, maybe an hour and 10. Anyway, got home, and just so you guys know, I ran straight to the shower, and I was completely clean, totally fine. And at some point, it stopped hurting. And I'll also say, my butt cheeks never hurt the entire time. Like that 50-mile bike ride, and I've been on 2 bike rides since then. Butt cheeks have been fine all week. So in the end, it worked. Now that's not my reframing.
it clearly didn't work. What do you mean it worked?
Also, you said
My butt cheeks never hurt.
You said you're perfectly clean. You had like a paste of sweat and Tiger Balm all over your anus.
Well, yeah. I mean, I had sweat. I rode a bike for 2 hours in the sun. Of course, I didn't have shit on me. I didn't have poopies anywhere. I didn't have diarrhea. I didn't leave a trail of poop breadcrumbs like I did in the fucking hotel in Vegas. None of that. It was just that part was clean. But anyway, through the course of talking to you guys, and I was telling you guys I needed relief. Andrew, you recommended I put milk in my butt because that's what you do with jalapenos, right? You drink milk. So when that time that I got jalapenos on my dick, I stuck my dick in milk, and that did help. I think I told you that story once, or maybe it was on a different podcast. And I was like, yeah, but how am I going to put milk in my butthole? And then you were like, well, you could take a milk bath. And I was like, dude, I got another 20 miles of this bike ride to go. I ain't going to be doing that anytime soon. And I also, who's got enough milk to fill a bathtub? Certainly not me. But anyway, in the course of that, inspiration struck, and I came up with what I think is, and Nick has heard none of this, so I'll get his unfiltered opinion, which I'm really excited about. I came up with an idea for a product. I'm just gonna go ahead and, without saying it, I'm just gonna go ahead and post the images. I made a logo for it. I'll do that one first.
Oh no!
And then I made like a tagline, and I did some photography for it. And here's the product. How do I attach an image?
That's horrifying.
Upload file.
It looks like a parsnip.
It looks like
You guys can see it.
an icicle
good,
to me.
good. Okay, I present to you the Too Spicy Icey. This is an all-dairy product. What I have done is I took a turkey baster, and I took the top off, and I filled the turkey baster. Well, I taped the bottom of it. Then I filled it with milk, pure milk.
No!
And then I stuck a stick in it, and I froze it. And what I've created is a long cylindrical device I call the Too Spicy Icey. If you have a sore butthole because maybe you ate spicy food last night, I know I do that all the time. Maybe you had some Memphis hot chicken, or maybe you had some extra spicy jalapenos on your nachos, or maybe you rubbed Tiger Balm all up in your asshole. I know how to solve it. You can take this all dairy product and shove it gently into you. It will cool you and has the added benefit of, think about this. What does milk do for you guys? What does it do for you?
Strengthens your
It builds
bones.
strong bones and a healthy smile. What's the most important bone in your body? Your spine? What a fucking awesome way to get a calcium injection right up your spine. It's going to make you stronger. It's going to take away your butt pain. And it goes even better because here's the next image.
Oh, no.
Here's the next image. Oh, I like this one. I'm really excited about this one. From the fine folks at Uniform, let the milk from our cows soothe your anus owls. See, and there's a picture of a cow in the snow. This is great for a couple of reasons, right? That's a catchy slogan. Let the milk from our cows soothe your anus owls. And we barely have talked about it, but as you know from Beef Bracelet, which is a subsidiary of Face Industries, which is a subsidiary of Fluke Face, which is a subsidiary of a highly secretive, very rarely talked about, but often alluded to company called Uniform, combining the fabric of the farm with the power of one. Uniform. This is another perfect Uniform product. We make the milk that we freeze that you put in you. And because I had so much fun last time making the video for, I made a spec video to show how we would promote and how Beef Bracelet would work. I made a little commercial for you guys. So I'm going to submit here's a video for you to watch. It's real short. Oh, my file's too powerful. How do I do this? All right, I'll put it in, here's what I'll do. I'll put it in
You're going to Slack it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll Slack.
Oh my.
Are you done with images?
I'm done with images.
Every time you have another image, I'm waiting to see you with a popsicle in your ass, and I really don't want to see it. So I'm glad.
Then
we
watch this
progressed.
video.
Oh no!
All right, it's uploading. Oh, there it is.
Okay, I gotta go to Slack.
Oh god.
Oh, there's so many flaws with this plan.
The turkey baster shape is awful
It is.
because it's pointed at the end. It just looks like a milk spike. It looks like the last thing I would want anywhere near my anus.
So I understand what you're saying, and I think that people are going to have different anal tastes for that kind of thing. I get that. I also think that there's room for us to consider making, and I don't have one at home, so I couldn't make a prototype of it easily, but to kind of consider making like a pacifier that you could just kind of pop in, right? And that kind of cradles your butthole. Video is uploaded. I would like you to please watch it now.
All right, watching this.
I'll watch it too.
It's so long. Firstly, it's way too long to...
It's only 37 seconds.
No, not lengthened video. The ice freaking spike would skewer the back of your anus. It would hit the bend in your intestines.
That's gonna get you. No, see, that's the nice thing about it is it's gonna come with. And I'm glad that you brought that up. We're gonna make it like people are different sizes. So what you do is you sell a one size fits all, but then we include what I'd like to call it's almost like a cigar cutter, right? And then you can cut it to the length of your preferred anal depth.
It's awful.
Yeah, so you just go like cut, 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 cut. You can just cut it down to the size that works for you. and I'll be honest with you. I'm being totally honest. I said I think that might be the best video I've ever made in my life. I'm so happy with it. I'm so proud of it. I feel like I've done such a good job of relaying what's happening and how fucking relieved and soothed I am without being graphic.
It looks like one of Wolverine's claws before the adamantium.
I like like that you brought up, Gavin, that it is going to just stab your anus, and Geoff's response of, listen, I hear you. But... you didn't solve anything. You just created a new problem and then created an even worse solution for that problem.
And it's just going to freeze or burn your sensitive anus skin. It's just going to shred your ass from the cold and from the spike. It's probably second to a knife in terms of things that you should put up your ass.
Well, I don't know. We're gonna have to focus test it. I think that might be a little harsh. I think that you might find that there are a lot of people who would appreciate the soothing nature of dairy.
I could just, like, as soon as it goes in, it's like anally licking a pole in the winter. It just gets stuck. Like you have a milk tail.
I think you're also forgetting how warm it is inside your butthole. That's why people check temperatures there. It's going to melt very quickly. It might melt as fast as you kind of put it in.
It's like the worst Survivor challenge. Like people stand over a plate.
You just have to show Geoff the stick at the end.
Show me the stick.
Geoff, I think...
Now I will say that stick I would not recommend the stick I used. I used a skewer. Like
you put a skewer.
You're trying to sell it
inside
what
the
are you
ice
talking
skewer.
about?
You put a real skewer. What?
Well, that's all I had. That's why I'm saying it's a prototype.
Make anything.
That's all I had.
Make anything.
We'll use a rounded. I love everything I've made. These are fantastic products. I already asked Aaron yesterday if we can sell frozen products.
No one wants that.
You don't know that yet. The audience hasn't responded. I'm telling you, there's 7.5 billion people on Earth. I can't be the only one that sees the value in this.
You don't even like milk.
No, I don't. I don't like milk at all.
Are we gonna?
That's an excellent point. But you know what I do like? Thanks for asking. I like lactose-free milk because that lets me eat cereal again without having the tummy aches, right? We've talked about that. That's why I have all the Captain Crunch now, thanks to Andrew. You'll notice in the gorgeous picture that I created for the Too Spicy Icey logo, there is both milk, there's both lactose-full and lactose-free milk displayed, giving the impression that we would make a lactose-free option for people like myself.
What about chocolate? Is there going to be like a chocolate version of this? Can we have a variety of flavor? Like, what is the end? What is the end goal?
Well,
How much can Uniform off?
I think it's gonna become chocolate on its own. By
Geoff, do you think you can tell what % milk it is by shoving it in your asshole frozen?
I don't think so.
The worst magic trick.
I think the only thing you could take from it is the grip level.
Going online without ExpressVPN is like changing while leaving your window wide open. You might not have anything to hide, but why give random creeps a chance to invade your privacy? That's why everyone needs a VPN. Like, for instance, let's say you are one of the preeminent collectors on this planet of certain highly sought-after pewter or porcelain cutlery, if you will. And you wanted to maybe keep the particulars of that interest secret. Why, I would recommend a VPN. Why not even ExpressVPN? You can browse more anonymously, so no one's going to know about the spoons and the thimbles that you are or are not buying. It is easy to use. You just fire up the app and you click one button. Then your data is encrypted for maximum protection, and it works on all devices. I know when I'm browsing or buying stuff or doing whatever it is I do or don't do that's related to collectible spoons and thimbles, I do it on my phone or my laptop. Sometimes even a router, and that stuff's all protected thanks to ExpressVPN. Woohoo! That's why it's personally important to use ExpressVPN. Secure your online activity by visiting expressvpn.com/face today. That's expressvpn.com/face, and you can get an extra 3 months free. expressvpn.com/face today. General talking points. Tushy, the modern bidet company, washes away even the messiest of poops, leaving you with a better clean than toilet paper. Discuss your worst poop experiences and how Tushy could have helped. I have discussed my worst poop experiences ad nauseum on this podcast, and all podcasts that predate this one. Literally listen to any time I have spoken about myself or my body in the past, and I am talking about catastrophic toilet issues. That's why you need a Tushy, because your butt isn't clean enough to sit on a couch naked until you've tushed. Think about it. If you got poop on any other part of your body, would you just wipe it off? Probably not. You'd wash it with water, at least. That's why Tushy is important. Wash your butthole. It had poop on it. Tushy is the modern bidet for people who poop. Just poop, wash, and pat dry. The Tushy bidet features in this order of priority. It washes your bum with water for a better clean than toilet paper. Washing with water is less irritating and more soothing for your beehole. Easy to install. Using a Tushy bidet reduces toilet paper use by 80%. It is eco-friendly and stylish. Start washing with a Tushy bidet for a better clean. Go to hellotushy.com/face to get 10% off plus free shipping. This is a special offer for our listeners at hellotushy.com/face for 10% off. After you buy and install your Tushy, show it off. Tag us and at hellotushy on Instagram.
I also love this product picture. It's so small on the plate.
Well, I wanted to fit the pretty flower bouquet and then the milk, the 3 different kinds of milk in as well.
How?
That's why I zoomed in and put it on the right. It took me a while to
it's
cut
way
that out.
on the side. The main picture is it's a white thing on a white plate on a white counter, and it's about 15% of the image.
Yeah, but like think of it poster size. It would really stand out. Like if we made posters, 24 by 36 posters, it would it would pop.
Oh my
Can we put this on a billboard somewhere? No context. Just
I don't know why
advertise it.
we can't. I think it's a great idea.
I think
it's a great idea. We should put it on a billboard. I own that image, and I smudged out the HEB logo on all the milks.
Yeah, let's put it on a billboard and see if anyone knows what it is. See, it should
We
have
need
a
a phone
number.
number.
Like, call
Yeah,
if you think you know what
absolutely.
this is.
Call to order now, and then just see what the calls are.
So the other people going on their way to work be like, hey, did you see that too spicy Icey billboard? What do you think that is?
I wish we had like a comment leaver in the audience who was like, I don't know, a billionaire and who was occasionally like just gonna do that, you know?
Well, so I'm saying we should waste all of the sponsor money on stuff like this.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Instead of relying on the made up billionaire to do it. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
We
take the
should do it.
company money.
If you show this to 100 people, what percentage do you think realizes that this is an anal product? 0. There's nothing about this. You would never think that. You would never make that leap.
I love that you're saying this. I'm right there with you. That's part of the strength of it, right?
No,
Catch you by
no,
surprise.
it's not. I
It's
didn't
gonna
mean
catch
this as
you
a
off
positive.
guard. Yeah, no, it is a positive. You're right. It's all about perspective, Andrew. We discussed this. Magic is in the air, buddy. Magic is in the air.
We could put this on the Instagram and just type like, where does this go? And see what people think. Or like, what is this for?
Oh, that. Thank you, Gavin. That reminds me of the thing.
Yeah, we could do that.
I'm still trying to process the fact that you think you can throw a baseball 80 miles per hour, Geoff.
Yeah, of course I can.
And I meant to tweet to ask people just to see like on what range you are.
Yeah.
Do you think now is the spicy what is it?
Too spicy icy.
Too spicy icy.
Yeah.
Could you just use that as a popsicle? Like it doesn't have to be an anal thing, right?
Well,
like
I
you
wouldn't
could-
put it. Well, yeah, I mean, if you wanted a milk popsicle, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But that's not what it's designed for.
I don't think it's designed for what you're saying it's designed for. It's on a skewer and it's as sharp as a knife.
it. I think I designed it, Andrew, and I know what I designed it for.
I think you did a horrible job. You didn't solve any problem. Like it's you're
What
like
problems did you solve today, sir? At least I tried.
I didn't have any problems.
At least I identified a need in the world.
I watched Survivor perfectly fine. My power stayed intact.
Oh, now you're going to brag about your awesome Canadian power.
Yeah, I will. I watched both tribal councils. It was great. I had no problems.
That's fine.
That audio clip.
Oh.
What audio clip?
Of from earlier. I'll see if you can hear this.
Okay.
Information he's posted. Interesting. Guiding Light, 15,000 episodes. Oprah Winfrey Show, 4,500. Jerry Springer Show, 5,084. Interesting. Because on the Jerry Springer Show Wikipedia page, it's listed as 4,969.
I wonder if they roll in some of the Steve Show in that, potentially.
What's the Steve Show?
Well, do you know that cop that was like the security guy?
I'm playing the wrong bit.
I was like, this is so long.
Oh, it started right after it. Oh, here we go.
What?
For that purpose.
I want like an episode breakdown book. Like it's just every episode written down and him giving little notes about each show. Just a giant encyclopedia-sized thing of trash.
Hey man, I don't know if you've checked the trash lately, but Eric's got some conflicting information.
Wait, what?
You said trash.
Yeah.
And Geoff said, I don't know if you've checked the trash recently when he was talking about the chat.
It seems like I would have done that on purpose, but I can't come up with a reason why. Eric said that was worth it.
I just like that none of us noticed. We've got to pay attention on these.
Yeah.
We can't let stuff like that pass.
It's hard to listen while you're talking, though.
It
Hard
is.
to pay attention when you're performing.
I'm just thankful nobody barked at Geoff. What a relief.
Yeah. God, that was a weird thing, man.
Stop barking.
Well, anyway, that's my next product. I can't promise when I'll have a third, but, Uniform's cranking away. I'm going to start talking to some
not
distributors.
something you wear,
if
though.
you're interested in investing, I have a lead on a new product. I'm not very far along. I can tease it a little bit, but I have identified that one problem with this product could be milk residue and what to do with it. Milk leakage. So I'm thinking if you could create like a pair of milk pants that absorbs and recycles the milk, kind of like the Atreyu, like Paul Atreyu's outfit in Dune, where it like recycled all the pee and sweat into like drinkable water. Like if we could maybe come out with a way to filter the milk leakage into, I don't know, you could water plants with it or something. Anyway, but we're working on that. And anyway, if you're interested in investing, just let me know.
Could I potentially enhance the product, Geoff? Just slightly.
Always. That's what I want to hear.
I feel like
I
this
want to hear
is a
some
much
enthusiasm
better
from
design. Zero enthusiasm. I don't think this should exist. But if you're gonna make it, I feel like that's a much better scale and option. Yeah, you can wear it. It fits within the uniform, as Gavin said, not wearable. But you got that.
I like that. That's what that is you
Use a
posted
ring
a ring pop. I think a ring pop is very similar to a pacifier, which is what I was saying earlier, and that's a great direction to go with it. Thanks. I apprete it. I agree with
like
you.
because it's not as deep and there's an easy way to get it out.
Yeah.
And it's also a little wider, for a heftier person. Not all buttholes are the same size, so,
I don't think anything needs to go past the sphincter. I think it's all surface level tingles and numbness.
Yeah.
I don't think anything needs to go inside your anus. It's just the end of the anus that feels the spice.
I don't know,
Like, you
man.
don't feel the spice.
I feel like I felt
6 inches
it
up.
I felt like I felt it pretty deep yesterday or day before.
How many inches up the
maybe like an inch up.
Now,
maybe a ring pop's the way then.
Yeah.
taking it back to the beginning of this, I'd love to hear Eric and Gavin's thoughts. So we got a text leading into this of Geoff just saying that he got Tiger Balm in his asshole. What did you imagine the context of that was? Did you put any thought into it? I thought it was a thing where like he applied it to a part of his body, didn't fully remove it from his finger, and then like wiped his ass and accidentally got it.
I thought it'd be like when you eat something spicy and you accidentally touch your eye.
Yeah. No, exactly. That's what I assumed. I never would have guessed that this happened in the middle of a bike ride and was a solution for numbing. The fact that he applied it to the ass area is shocking.
Oh, you didn't realize I had done that?
No, I assumed it was much more accidental. I lost all sympathy for you and your
It
problem.
was an accident. It was an accident.
No, but you put the tiger bomb in a danger zone and you paid the price. You played with fire and it happened. It wasn't like it was where it was supposed to be.
Listen, first off, I don't know that it matters how it got there.
It absolutely does.
What matters is that it's there and that I'm dealing with it and suffering in the moment. Who cares how it happened?
I don't. And to call it a fix, it's like you burnt your hands, put on gloves, and then burnt the rest of your body and was like, I fixed the issue. My hands are fine. It's like, what are you talking about?
I don't think that's accurate at all. What? Huh?
It's ridiculous.
How does that make? It makes no sense.
I don't
you burn
even know.
your butthole. You put It's the same thing I put my dick in when I got jalapeno juice on it.
I know.
I assume it's going to work exactly the same.
That was just liquid milk, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Were you just dunking your cock and balls in a cup?
Yeah.
So what's stopping you from just like sticking your legs either side of your head and just pouring a shot of milk into your ring?
That's essentially what I'm doing, but it's a lot less messy the way I'm doing it. Do you have a milk funnel for your butthole?
What specifically?
What? I also don't have an ice cube tray.
Touch that. That's my butthole funnel.
You don't need one because you'll buy the product from me. You're not making it yourself. You're buying it from me or from dealer, like from we'll probably buy it from CVS or HEB or wherever, Randall's, whatever grocery store you go to. Probably have some sort of I would assume like maybe like a linens and things or like Bed Bath and Beyond. I could see us being there.
I'm just
Whole
much
Foods.
more on board with Andrew's ring pop.
Yeah.
Sting pop.
The Sting Pop, I like that. The too spicy icy plug, Nick said, is good as well. Sting Pop. I think what we do is we workshop names, all about that. I do kind of like the jewel shape of it though. I hope Ring Pop doesn't have.
Is it
sort of
the
trademark on
Bellagio
that.
in Vegas that has that fountain and outside of it that shoots the water up? I'm just imagining that with milk.
Yeah,
Just
that's what we could do
squatting.
for our launch party.
17 dudes squatting over it.
I make the end of Ocean's 11 significantly better.
Oh. Anyway, what do you guys got?
I don't know how to follow that up, Geoff.
Well, what about your homework, Andrew? Oh, Eric's got a question.
Oh, Eric has a question. Yes, sir.
Just quickly, and then we can move on to Andrew's homework. You said specifically that this was to stop your tiger balm burn. Is that right?
In this instance, yes, it would be to soothe the tiger balm burn. But I also then immediately realized that when I have too spicy food, my butthole burns in a similar way. And so I think that it would work for that as well.
Does milk help like tiger balm?
I don't know. I figured that we would find out, but it definitely helps jalapeno burn.
Right. And Nick is sort of driving at what I was kind of wanting to know is, did you test this?
Oh, no. No. No,
Should you?
by the time
you should.
I feel like
by the time I got the milk frozen, I felt fine.
Oh, what did you do to soothe the burn?
I waited it out.
Oh, you just waited.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I like the idea of this. It's not. It's the pain is over so soon that you don't have time to pour the milk and freeze it. You need to have one of these in your freezer.
Oh, I had plenty of
at
time
all
to pour the milk and
times.
freeze it. I just didn't. You have to realize I also had another hour and a half bike ride before I got home to even get to the milk. And I had to conceive of the product. I had to build the structure. I had to find tape that was like waterproof. That was a thing. It took a while.
Sounds to me like you have homework this week, Geoff.
Well, you have homework. Let's talk about that.
I had homework. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not much to talk about. I mean, turns out jet skis are expensive.
Yes,
And,
they are.
Well, we knew that.
Yeah. Well, I'm working on it. Can't, it's not an immediate process. I'm working. I'm throwing things out there. I'm trying my best. I've expanded, so I think we need to maybe reevaluate this stunt a little bit and think about where our floor is. Like, what are we happy with a base thing? So I kind of want to cover the bases. I'm still working. I'll get a response eventually. I'll figure out. I didn't know what to put the subject line in the email for this. But I'm covering everything. So we got jet skis. I've reached out to a few jet ski places. I also, just to make sure we have something, have a floor, have also reached out to a few electric wheelchair companies. I figure you guys could scoot on by each other, give a little high five. So we got a ground level. Because they're a lot, I think they're cheaper. They're significantly, you could just take them. And so we at least...
I mean, an omelet is cheaper. We don't want one. What do you mean?
Well, it sounds to me like you guys really wanted to do this high five while passing each other. I think I would... I'd love for it to be a jet ski. I'd be a big fan of that. But, you know, sometimes it doesn't work out that way.
You don't replace a jet ski with an electric scooter. You replace a jet ski with a lamer boat.
We have a floor, Geoff.
The floor is I tell you what, the floor is the water surface. It's gotta float.
Well, you didn't give me that instruction. You just said get a jet ski, and, you know, jet skis are expensive.
Get a jet ski is that instruction.
No, I thought the real heart and goal of this mission was to have you two high five while going in different directions.
Andrew.
We could do that on foot.
Yeah, but nobody wants to see that on foot. There's a vehicle involved in some way, some form of transportation. And so I just wanted to start on a ground level.
If you can float an electric scooter, I'm all about it.
I mean,
it doesn't have to be a jet ski, as long as it floats and and it's propelled.
In a world where people are shoving milk icicles up their ass, I don't see why I can't get a floating.
I don't either.
Chair.
I believe in the ingenuity of Andrew Panton.
Okay, so it has to be on the water specifically. It can't be on land.
Like, it's not just the high five.
Because you brought up being on your bike, Geoff.
It's the high five mixed. It's the high five mixed. Wait, which stunt are we doing? Are we doing the one where I'm on my bicycle and we do the high five at the bike and the jet ski cross in the air? I couldn't remember if Eric shit on that or not.
I thought we were doing hands on a stick on jet skis.
Hands on a stick on a jet ski. Okay, cool. Because I wanted to go more extreme with it, but I remember Eric being all like, "Oh, I'm scared of extreme stuff and stuff." So, okay. So yeah, no, then it should probably be 2 jet skis or maybe 2 boats of some kind.
Okay.
Speedboats.
Like, boats are gonna be easy to get.
Okay. No, you know what? I'll go back to the lab. I'll continue with my homework. You have homework too. I'll come back with an update next week. I reached out to a few places, haven't heard back. Didn't even hear back from the wheelchair company.
I don't actually want to put this in my butt.
Well, you made it.
I thought
you're promoting it. No, well, it's too late.
I thought doing all the work, the other work I did was enough.
No,
I think just get a fingertip of Tiger Balm around the anus.
Dude,
and
I don't want to. I do not want to do that again.
But you made a whole product video.
Yeah,
it has to be tested.
You literally
made the product video simulating, so I don't have.
The whole point of the product is so you can do this and then relieve yourself from the side effects of it. What do you mean you don't want to do it again?
Do you really want a comment lever to be the first person to stick a milk icicle up their butt? It has to be you.
I don't like that being out there.
I don't think anyone. Consult a professional.
What do you mean? You just made a product. This whole episode was about the product.
It's on spec. It hasn't gotten FDA approval yet.
You professional. What do you mean?
I wonder what the professional will say.
I don't know.
They're not gonna say yes, Geoff. I do know this.
It needs to be open and closed by you, Geoff.
Look,
we need closure on this.
All right, I'll think about it.
What do you mean?
I'll think about it.
The whole point of the What are you doing? What are you talking about?
What do you mean? What am I talking about? I'll think
about it. Just pitched. I just listened for 30 minutes. You talk about how great this product is, and then we ask you to use it, and you're like, I don't want to. Go seek a professional. What are you talking about? What was this episode?
Nick saying I should be behind a curtain and have Emily record my reaction. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's like some old Howard Stern shit, Nick. You know what you're doing. Oh,
yes, Nick.
That's like Scott the Engineer and the porn star. Lexington Steele.
It's not as extreme.
No. I also love the flip of this. Geoff came in so excited to talk about this product, and he's now dreading it. You've gone too far.
And you're only going about an inch in anyway.
Yeah. And you know what? The milk, you can tell. You can pull out, you can see how far you went. It could be like a combine stat.
I think we've been going pretty long. I think
yeah?
It's probably at time.
Okay. Well, I don't think that changes anything as far as your homework goes.
Does anybody else have anything else they want to cover?
I talked about magic. Well, I'm doing a podcast.
What?
That's happening. Well, yeah, sort of, not really. So I got somebody messaged me and asked if I could help with a college project thing that they were working on. And I've had this happen a few times. Typically, it's just like they ask some questions and it's like an interview type thing. So
That's just someone who wants to talk to you.
well, it's part of an assignment. It's different than just talking to me. And I had
Okay.
somebody ask, and they're like, "Hey, could you help with this thing?" And I said, "Sure." And then they said, "Okay, would you do a podcast with me?" Which is not what I was expecting. I thought it would just be a few questions. I said, "Okay, I could probably do that." What is the podcast on? And then they replied, "I've got no idea. What do you think? What do you think we should do?"
Okay.
So if you guys have podcast ideas, I could use this. I could take this.
What?
I don't understand. What do you mean? Why are you confused by this? I'm doing one episode of a podcast for a college assignment with this person. I don't know what it should be about. What should the topic be? I'm telling you, it's not going to be about anal icicles or whatever that was.
French Revolution.
Okay. I
Spanish
don't know
American
anything.
War. Spanish American War. That's why you're gonna learn so that you can make an entertaining podcast. You'll
Okay.
be enriched.
Just make a sports podcast, and then everyone will be happy that it's not on this, I guess.
Ooh.
I'm not really clear on that.
What if I did sports and Survivor?
Perfect.
There you
That's
go.
great. That really didn't go anywhere. I feel like it would have been better if I said nothing.
What do you mean?
Why did you think it was going to go somewhere?
Jeff was like, "Does anyone have anything?" And I was thinking, well, what's happened recently? And I brought that up, and everybody, it was like I fucking popped all the balloons in the room, and it just went dead. My attempt to bring anything beyond what Jeff said was actually a negative result. I would have been better off just not saying a word than I was trying to say something, is what I'm saying.
Eric, how's your butthole been lately?
No more butthole. We're done with the buttholes.
Andrew is so disappointed that no one wanted to help him invent a new podcast.
Everybody,
for someone else.
everybody gave you an idea. What more do you want? Do we need a
gave
producer
me-
for you too?
You gave me 2 ideas. Everyone
You're
was
welcome.
baffled by the idea, went dead silent. Yeah. I'm not
What about something
disappointed in
else?
that it wasn't
There-
a fucking great thing, but there was a level of disgust by everybody in this call, and I'm just trying to talk about a thing.
I'm not I'll be Andrew. Can I
Yeah, go ahead.
dispel something right now?
Absolutely.
If you picked up on any kind of impression that I was disgusted with you making a high school project or a college project with some kid, it had zero to do with that and more to do with the fact that I am running through how in my head how much I love this, how much do I actually care about this podcast, and can I physically put a fucking milk popsicle up my butthole for a bit or not, and if not, how do I get out of it? And I realize that I've painted myself into a fucking corner here. And I'm just
Jeff not listening.
struggling.
Dead eye stare, just thinking about
I'm just
the icicle.
struggling about. I'm thinking about how my idea, how my joke went wrong, and
I think it went very right. I disagree that it went wrong.
yeah.
I think
so
it
it,
went
was
you were
amazing.
you were picking
It's a
up on
great
something
joke.
else. Picking up on something else. For
I
me.
can't wait for you to not do this, and I'm excited to see what the comment leavers yell at you. I have eat the pencil.
Oh, this will be Jeff's
What is-
pencil.
Yeah, what is?
I
what
already
is the
had that. I had the
combination of words?
stupid. I had the goddamn porta potty.
Put a bit of graphite through the middle of the ice spike, and we're in the same situation.
I'm trying to decide if I would trade with Jeff.
I
don't think I
already
would.
had the porta potty. I got shit on for the porta potty forever.
Well, not really by. I
And
feel like
and I had the goddamn dipping sauce controversy.
but that was largely just a miscommunication. I think we both thought the other person was doing a bit, and we both were confused. I don't think that was. That was just us being confused. Genuinely, I was thinking about it. Jeff, do you think that's the most heated conversation we've had in the entirety of our friendship?
You and
I can't think of any. Yeah, I can't think of a single thing that would come close.
imagine we've ever even come close.
Yeah,
not
it's
for a
just
second.
of all things, the
Just
fact that
pencil,
was our,
pencil bullshit, you know? Like,
yeah.
the only time we've ever even come close to heated has been for comedy.
Yeah. But I
Yeah.
feel like that was like one that had extended beyond that.
Gavin, on the other hand, I hate that motherfucker half the time I'm around him. Henry, it's okay.
Who, me?
What? What'd you say?
I don't think I've
Hold on a
ever
second.
had an
Henry's-
argument with Gavin.
Henry's barking at a fucking toy.
Although Gavin doesn't even know I have a fucking cat for 20 years, so I don't know what we'd argue about. I don't think
You
there's
never
any-
told me.
I
Well, you
definitely
might have.
did. It was in episode 3 or whatever of the show. You've been told.
It's like a part of a story that's about you eating shit in a bathroom. The cat's not the bit you pay attention to.
The whole point I was in the bathroom was the cat. It's the center of the story.
That is true. That is true. That
Like,
is true.
I mentioned Coolio 3 times. You didn't hear that.
It's fair. It's fair. You're right. That was, you know what, Geoff? I now apologize to you because that was my icicle thing. I was stunned by the fact that Gavin didn't know Nancy Drew. So I was just lost. I was just in the
This is the most
clouds.
scatterbrained podcast. This should be the last thing you listen to if you've just recovered from a stroke. This is one of the worst podcasts to follow. It's completely incoherent.
You know what's interesting about this podcast, though, that I'll say is that the waves that we ride and then crest and go on and how they change, right? Like, you're right. This is a scatterbrained mess of a podcast right now of what's confusing to me, disparate ideas that I feel like we have like little tendrils of comedy bits that we could go, and then we just die on the vine because we get distracted by somebody jangling their keys over here, and then we go to the other thing. I feel like that's where we are right now. But like previously, I was thinking about this. There was a good period of, I don't know, of this podcast where I no longer trusted either of you to the point where I didn't want to have a conversation with you outside of the podcast because I couldn't trust the conversation. And I don't feel that way at all right now. And that was like,
Really?
Eric says, that was like months. I feel like we're totally past that wave of distrust and backstabbing. And now we're all just chasing squirrels.
I mean, there was.
Says
like
even
the
Nick says even he was on edge.
Is this our paranoia refractory period?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, I think so.
Do I talk about the thing I talked about when Geoff left yesterday or last time we did this? Did I bring that up?
No, what was that?
There's a thing. There's, maybe a little bit of scheme of sorts that's talked about. That was decided not worth doing.
You didn't do it?
No. Well,
Oh.
maybe.
I don't know.
Was that teaser?
That was so unconvincing that it didn't bother me in the least either way.
No, that's fine.
Also, Eric wants us to plug the scrumping signs are coming soon.
Oh,
Are they out yet? Are they in the store yet?
I just did that.
They're not in the store yet, but by the time this is out, hopefully. But
Well, that's all that matters, Eric. No one's going to be listening to this on the 23rd of September, Eric.
Happy birthday, Millie Ramsey, by the way. Today,
birthday!
Today my daughter turned
Happy birthday,
16
Millie!
years old, sweetie. Millie Ramsey, September 23rd, 2005. The world got better. Kid. Also, I know one thing. But the bat knobs are coming out October 1st, right? That's a note I had in my phone.
I still don't understand. It still doesn't make sense, but that's fine.
The bat knobs, October 1st. Got us no scrumping signs. We saw some pretty sweet Go Now shirt designs, so I guess that'll be a thing at some point in the future as well.
does it matter if it's not out right now?
What do you mean, Eric? What are you butthurt about?
Oh,
question.
If somebody's butthurt, I got a solution. I've been waiting for this moment.
Somehow, that podcast was full circle. Amazing.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Face. If you enjoyed it, consider buying any of the products that we talked about recently that may or may not be in the store today or some point in the near or distant future. And if you want to tell a friend to listen to the podcast, we sure would appreciate it. Also, don't forget to check us out on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel, and we will put videos up there in addition to the audio podcast, but also videos like maybe the promotional video that I just filmed for the Too Spicy Icey, or Gavin on a jet ski, or whatever we come up with next. And also, don't be afraid to write a review and rate us. As long as you rate us well. You know what? I'm not your boss. If you want to rate it, give us a shitty rating. Give us a shitty rating. It's your opinion, right? This is America, or if the country that you live in. I don't know if you can say that in the country you live in. If you're like, well, this is, I don't know. I don't know. China. I don't know if that means the same thing as it does when we say here. I'm not sure how communism works, but we would like a positive review or a negative review. How about this? We'd like an honest review. And we love you. We'll see you next week.